Hello and welcome back to Tinker Talks Guns, and no, your eyes do not deceive you. This is a BB gun with a bayonet. This is a Daisy number 40 BB gun that they began making just before America entered World War I. And the bayonet is detachable, a little stiff, but give it credit, it's over 100 years old. And it had originally a rubber plug on the end to make it safe for children. Although honestly, this is spring-tempered steel, and if you ground that end off, that would be a pretty vicious, if somewhat short, bayonet. Putting it back on is simple, but not necessarily easy. So, because it's 100 years old. So, it's got a full-length stock designed like a military rifle. It has a canvas sling, which really is only suitable to people the size of children, and are now very rare to find with the rifle. And it's a pretty good example. Unfortunately, the back sight has snapped off and lost its elevation wedge, but I was still able to hit a tin can at, like, I don't know, 20 feet. And it's just a hoot, isn't it? I was talking to a collector friend of mine and saw this behind him and said, "Is that a BB gun with a bayonet?" And he said, yes, it is, and showed it to me and said, "Would you like to make a video of this?" And I said, "Yes, please." So we're going to take it to the tabletop and have a closer look at some of its features. Okay, trying a different tabletop out because I'm going to be doing more with long guns in the future. So, the Daisy number 40 Defender. It's a simple .177 caliber BB gun, although originally it took 1.175 lead BBs. And in that respect, it is entirely conventional for its period. Now, it does have the military-style longer stock with the barrel band, and they came outfitted with a canvas sling sized for children, which is missing on most of the current ones. This one has a button on it, Daisy Air Rifle, Worldwide Safety League, Shoot Safe Buddy, which I dare say may be as much of a collector's item as the gun is. Now, there is a socket bayonet, as you can see, and again, although it's a little flimsy, it is steel, and if this nub were removed at the end, it'd be a pretty vicious bayonet if you sharpened the tip. Now, it originally had a rubber tip, and that has perished except for the part that sticks into here. And that was a safety measure, which, as you can imagine, was probably not terribly safe. You'll stab your eye out, kid. The socket bayonet is removable. If you rotate this in line with the sight, you can kind of pull the sight off, or the bayonet off. And as I say, it is somewhat flimsy, but in modern terms, this would be considered stunningly dangerous thing to give a child, even with the rubber cap intact. And having been a child, I think they have a point. On the bottom of the barrel, there is this lug, that is the bayonet lug. And when things are lined up properly, you can slide it in to this opening right here, and then it locks when the ring is locked. Front sight is a pretty good front sight. The rear sight on this example is broken. It used to have an elevation wedge that went under here, fairly conventional stuff, and it had a blade rear sight with a square notch, or a V notch, I'm not sure which. This one's broken, but even at close range, you still could, hit stuff with it, or I could. And the markings are here. I have no idea if you can make them out, but it says Daisy Manufacturing Company, Daisy, Plymouth, Michigan, USA, patent October 20th to August 17th, 15. Ah, there it is. October 20th, 14 to August 17th, 15. And here it says number 40. And aside from those markings and the long stock and the bayonet, it is a completely normal Daisy BB gun from its era. Now, to load it, you unscrew the barrel here and pull it out. And this exposes the 50 round spring-fed magazine. So it is forced feed, which is very nice because sometimes the gravity ones are less reliable, and if your trench is being assaulted by squirrels, God knows that could be dangerous. So what you do is you pull this lever back and lock it here, and then all the BBs you put in it fall out, which is fine. Anyway, fill it with BBs and let it go. And it forces them up through this mechanism here into the barrel when the weapon is cocked. I'm not sure exactly how it accomplishes that, except that it's just the spring pressure pushing the BBs forward forces them up the slope when you cock it. So it's pretty simple, and it's relatively foolproof. And that's useful because fools are very clever. Ah, there is a spring here that does something. But this is not my gun, so I am not going to delve into it and take it apart and find out. To load it, once you've got the BBs in, you insert this, fiddle with it until it falls all the way in, and sometimes that takes a little fiddling. Screw it down. Fix bayonets, and you're ready to go. Ready for those all-important neighborhood skirmishes against paper targets and very small animals. It's a nice handy little thing. It is sized for children, and the lever is a bit small for my adult hands, so as you may have noticed in the shooting, I was shooting it with my fingers mostly around that. Anyway, it's an interesting piece of history, and it came out at an interesting time, although the entire world except for us pretty much was already at war. We were not yet involved when these weapons were introduced. I think Daisy saw the writing on the wall. These were very popular. They were made until 1932, and they made a brief reappearance as the number 140 during World War II. BB guns have been part of the American youth culture since at least the last quarter of the 19th century. And I have many fond memories of shooting pop cans and trying to clip the stem off of daisies at about 10 feet from my BB gun toting youth. It wasn't actually my BB gun. My mom was convinced that the presence of a BB gun would result in immediate carnage, and in fairness, she'd met me. So we did not have our own BB guns, but all of my friends did, so I got plenty of experience with them. And my mother was rather surprised how easily I won a goldfish at a shooting gallery at a Cub Scout gathering. How little she knew. Anyway, this is just a really cool piece of history, and it's a surprising lot of fun. And fortunately, I did not shoot my eye out. Glasses are a good thing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and seeing this rather unique piece of Americana. Thanks again to the lovely collector who loaned it to me from his private collection. And anyway, if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Comments in the comments section also help YouTube know that the channel exists. And if you want to support my efforts, there's a link below to my account at Patreon, where you can kick $1 a month or more my way just to help out making this and videos like it. I hope this finds you well. Stay safe, take care, and we'll talk to you again real soon.